Welcome to Flash Moment. Every moment caught in a flash. It all started with a rev of the engine and a cocky grin. But once the cops stepped in, that little joyride turned into a full-blown nightmare in seconds, and justice didn't waste any time catching up.
Hey! He's taking off from me.
A Marin County officer signaled for an unlicensed motorcycle to stop. Instead of complying, the rider immediately weaved through traffic, crossed lanes, and sped past the patrol car.
16, where's that road come out to?
I believe it loops back out to 29, I believe.
I'm
back here. I just got on 330.
You don't have any tags on it, he's got no Getting close to Cairo 253, still some traffic, speed's about 80.
That's going to come, you said it's headed towards Ho. Ho, can you advise PD?
I'm set at 332 195.
Alright, he just lost it. Alright, he lost it, he wrecked up.
When the officer stepped out to stop him, the rider recklessly turned back and drove straight into the officer's leg, knocking him to the ground. That reckless move turned a simple traffic violation into a direct threat. In situations like this, even a split second can lead to serious consequences.
Can y'all turn that key off, please, for me?
Nah, well, your gas is pouring out, it's fine.
I know, please turn the key off, man.
Alright, don't worry about that.
Okay.
You need an ambulance?
No, I think I'm good.
You good? Okay. You got anything legal on you? Any meth, cocaine?
No, I have a dad pin. I don't
Why?
know.
Why?
The suspect was quickly restrained and identified as Matthew Price. He was arrested and now faces charges for evading law enforcement. The incident highlights how dangerous noncompliance can be and the constant effort officers put into keeping the public safe.
I don't know what this is in my hand, but will you wipe whatever?
Whose gun is that? Registered to you?
No, sir.
Who's it registered to?
To be honest, not sure.
So it's not stolen?
No, sir. It's not stolen.
So where'd you get it from?
The woman behind him could see the danger building and repeatedly begged him to stop, but the rider kept accelerating as if one more turn might somehow set him free. Instead, every second narrowed his options. Then a police cruiser arriving to assist appeared from the opposite direction, and the motorcycle collided with it before the rider could find another way out. He ignored the clearest warning he was going to receive. In the end, karma did not arrive as punishment. It arrived as the predictable consequence of refusing to stop. The rider had already turned a simple traffic stop into a dangerous chase through crowded city streets. With no helmet and officers closing in behind him, every second seemed to push him deeper into panic. Then he saw a narrow opening between a city bus and another vehicle. Was that gap really wide enough? Or had the fear of being caught taken over his judgment? Instead of touching the brakes, he aimed straight for it, betting everything on a space that was disappearing right in front of him. The motorcycle had nowhere to go. The gap closed, the escape collapsed, and the rider was thrown to the pavement. But even then, he still wasn't ready to surrender. He got back up and boldly tried to run away on foot. So what do you see here? A frightened rider making decisions under pressure, or someone so reckless that even a crash could not convince him to stop? At first, no one could know what the rider was trying to protect. The motorcycle appeared irregular. The officers wanted him to stop, and the woman behind him had no control over what happened next. He could have switched off the engine and answered a few questions. Instead, he accelerated, forcing everyone around him to react to a decision they did not make. The farther he traveled, the clearer his priorities became. But the truth was revealed only after the motorcycle fell. He did not remain with the passenger. He did not stay to explain. He ran, leaving her beside the bike as officers moved in. She claimed she had urged him to stop. Sometimes character is not revealed during the chase, but in who gets abandoned when the chase ends. What do you think he was really trying to escape from?
Quantos você tem, cara? Quantos você tem? Eu vi você mandando ele correr.
Eu falei, para, você pode ver, você gravou aí dentro do TV. Eu falei, para. Ele correu?
Quem que é esse moleque aí? Como é o nome dele?
Ele é amigo.
Vem aqui, vai pra lá. Senta aí. Senta aí. Estica as pernas pra frente.
A few minutes of thrill can cost years of regret. This 15-year-old's chase reminds us. The line between fun and felony is razor thin. Freedom feels exciting until it meets responsibility. The yellow Dodge Challenger tore through the Scott Hamilton-Hilaro Springs neighborhood, turning what began as a simple wrong turn into a chain of reckless decisions. Officers pursued safely and initiated the first TVI maneuver, but it failed to bring the suspect's vehicle to a stop. Moments later, a precise second TVI was executed to regain control, preventing a potential collision with a school bus. When the car was forced into a ditch, suspect Aaron Sadler fled on foot with a backpack full of promethazine, marijuana, and cash, clear signs of drug trafficking. Skill, composure, and tactical discipline prevented disaster that day, proving that justice sometimes begins with something as small as a wrong turn. A high-speed chase tore through Melksham, giving the cyclist no time to react. Luckily, they got back up right after. A near miss. He came to the Bailey in Perry, expecting an ordinary night, but everything changed the moment Rocam Norte appeared. Instead of stopping, the rider accelerated through crowded streets, where one bad move could threaten pedestrians, drivers, and the officers behind him. The motorcycle unit stayed composed, maintained pressure, and waited for his options to disappear. Then came the turning point. The bike was damaged, leaving him unable to shift gears. With his speed advantage gone, he abandoned the motorcycle and tried to run. Before taking off, he threw the bike toward the patrol vehicle in one last attempt to delay the officers. By then, this was no longer a calculated escape. It was pure desperation, and after all the reckless choices, the road had finally run out. The Boynton Beach pursuit showcased the FHP's skill in handling high-speed situations. When Scott Thomas deliberately rammed a patrol car, troopers shifted to a controlled response, using radio coordination to cut off his possible routes. The red motorcycle sped through Gateway, Military Trail, and Woolbright, even colliding with an FHP unit. Despite his reckless attempts to flee, Thomas was finally captured on Charleston Shores Boulevard. The chase ended cleanly, proof that FHP's combination of speed management and radio coordination outmatches the recklessness of an out-of-control rider. One twist of the throttle turned a routine traffic stop into a dangerous street pursuit. A Brazilian military police motorcycle officer stayed close as the fleeing rider pushed harder through traffic, sharp corners, and narrow roads, believing speed could erase the consequences. But the third turn exposed the truth. The rider entered far too fast, lost control, and went down. Officers immediately secured the suspect and controlled the scene. Running from a lawful stop rarely solves the original problem. It usually adds greater danger, heavier consequences, and fewer ways out.
Gas station on 136, take white Jeep. They do have pictures of
They're not weaving.
On May 10th, 2025, Officer Bluford spotted a green motorcycle with no plate speeding and weaving dangerously on I-30 West.
Speed 100, house on 194.
36 on secondary alcohol for 30 West, up on 133. Left lane, light traffic. 36 gonna be from here.
When signaled to stop, the rider, Craig Washington, looked back, then hit the gas, pushing up to 120 miles per hour while cutting off cars and jumping onto the shoulder. He exited at 133, shot down the frontage road, then onto University Avenue. But the road ran out, and so did his luck the moment he chose to run from the cops.
30. Taking a ride coming up on University. Speed's 30. We're at University in the front curve. Service road. We might be stopping now. No, we're just taking off. We're north on University. Light traffic. Turning.
Washington ditched the bike and tried to run on foot, ignoring commands. Officers Bluford and Highland used a leg pin technique to safely bring him under control. He was cuffed, searched, and transported to the Pulaski County Detention Center to face multiple charges. Once again, skill, discipline, and solid tactics from law enforcement prove one thing. When you resist, consequences hit faster than you expect.
So stupid.
That is correct.
Hold his hand back. Hold his hand. I'm not gonna fight. That's why I'm not afraid. Date of birth. 2.5.
On April 11, 2021, during a routine patrol, TFC3 Tennant and I spotted 3 ATVs flying down the road. No helmets, no rules, no care for traffic laws. When we signaled them to stop, the riders hit the gas instead, running red lights, weaving through traffic like they owned the streets. In moments like that, a single second's hesitation can cost a life.
Stop sign, I got you.
Get on the ground! Hide your back!
On Mayland Road, Cavario Hunter was finally cornered and taken into custody without injury. He now faces multiple charges, including reckless driving and no insurance. Once again, law enforcement proved that in the race between law and recklessness, discipline always crosses the finish line first.
I don't know where they're at.
We en route to 393 and 776 patrol car damage.
You what?
I gotta take photos.
Yes, because that's within the state boundaries. We can operate anywhere within the state boundaries, and we have our own policies and procedures. So let me ask you want this man out trying to run over your kids? Is that what you're saying? Because he's about the 38th one we've arrested today. That's how we're helping.
Every chase ends, but danger may be waiting around the next corner. Tell us which pursuit shocked you most, hit like, and subscribe to FlashMoment. Another engine is already roaring, and the next escape attempt is about to begin.